All right. What's going on, everyone? How's it going? We are back yet again. It's Tepig time. It is going to be Tepig time for the foreseeable future. I'm already fumbling on my words. I'm not giving up. We're keeping with this hunt until I get this dang pig to shine. I refuse to let the pig get the best of me. And let's see. Do I have anything else to say other than Tepig is going down? Actually, what I need to do real quick before we get going, the light goal is not at 30 at the moment. That is a wee bit tiny high, so we're gonna go with the clean old 15, the good old usual. Red Fox, what up? How's it going? Welcome back. And yeah, we just gonna hop right into this. We only got 2 hours on the clock here, 2-hour timer to get this shiny Tepig today. If not, well, I mean, we'll see. We'll just go ahead and get started. I won't delay this any longer. We will start the clock and get going. Get going to get this pig on the barbecue. But I'm doing pretty good. Had a nice solid day. Nothing really to complain about, nothing to write home about. It was a nice mellow day. Just a nice little easy work day. Which luckily, it's been a nice little time at work. Nothing too crazy has come up. Just a nice little constant stream of like things to do here, there, and not being bombarded with stuff like I do be getting sometimes. But unfortunately, life's a roller coaster. Whenever you're at the I guess the low of life. This isn't like a low point, but this is like a lull point. A slow point. Whenever you're down in that slow point, it's always, it's a roller coaster, and unfortunately it's gonna ramp back up eventually. So I gotta enjoy this while it lasts. This nice little non-stressful work period, because it probably is most certainly gonna ramp up here soon, considering we got some big stuff going on. But Ryan, what up? How's it going? Even interview Tuesday, very nice. You got back in touch with that job that called you the other day? Congrats. That's awesome. Gotta get going here. We gotta get these encounters on the road, get schmoving. I feel like today has to be the day. Well, I mean, I feel it every single day we stream this hunt, but like I can't be wrong forever. Like one of these days has to be the day. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's awesome. I guess if you don't mind telling, obviously, keeping things personal, completely understand, but like what kind of job is it? Like, what, you don't have to say exactly what the company is or like, where you're working if it's too specific, but like, anything in general, like what's the position? But yeah, I feel like today it has to be the day. It has to. I am dang freaking tired of not having a shiny Tepig in my life, and I believe through just sheer will of want and desire, I'll make it happen today. City job, parks and facilities. Okay, very nice, very cool. Congrats. That's awesome. So you're kind of, have you ever seen the show Parks and Rec? Parks and Recreation? Kind of be living that life, working for the city. That's such a funny. I need to rewatch that. I'm surprised. I've only ever watched that show really once through. Like of all the sitcoms that I've watched in my time that I really enjoy, for some reason I've never watched that one more than once. I've watched How I Met Your Mother 7 freaking times. I've watched The Office a few times through. I've watched Friends once. I wouldn't say I like super enjoyed Friends, but it was good enough. But yeah, Parks and Rec was freaking hilarious. I had a Ron Swanson Pyramid of Greatness poster above my desk for I don't know how many years, and yet I've only ever watched that show. I've seen some episodes multiple times, but I've only ever watched that show all the way through once. I definitely need to watch it again. But yeah, working for the city. Yeah, it's good benefits. Oh, and you get 410s. Very nice, very nice. I'm also on the 410 schedule life. It's very enjoyable. It's nice having a long weekend. Although, actually, this weekend is unfortunately the first weekend that I'm having to work overtime for my new job. I guess, I don't know, I guess you can call it a new job still. I've been there a year now. Well, I guess, yeah, I've been there a year now. So first time I'm having to work overtime. I don't really think it's going to be anything crazy for me to have to do on Friday for overtime. I think it's more of like just something they need to get pushed through. I'm basically just checking. I'm kind of just the someone who's going to look it over and make sure, you know, what we agreed upon is what's actually being done. And then, yeah, so I don't know how crazy it'll actually be for overtime. It might just be a couple of hours. I don't know if it'll actually be a full work day or not. We'll see. Oh yeah, it is very nice. I mean, I haven't had to do a 5/8, you know, my entire working adult career. I've been on the 410 schedule, so I've never had to do 5 days a week. And then when I was working in like college and high school, obviously I was not full-time, so I worked Monday through Friday, but I wasn't like, you know, full-time 9 to 5 Monday to Friday. So, but I've seen Emily have to work a 9 to 5 Monday to Friday before, and it definitely did not seem very enjoyable. There's a reason why she left that job and is now working in a similar position as I am, and also doing 410s. So, okay, what is up? My one DS up here does not want to respond today. It is lagging behind all the others. Do I need to pull you closer or something? Do I need to get this up out of the way, or is the what should we call it? I don't know, what, Yeti? I'm blanking on what you call that kind of cup. Getting in the way of the signal. We got some signal interference. Yeah, definitely the longer days can be much. It really depends. If you don't have a long commute, it's not too bad. Because like when I first started, my commute, I mean, it's kind of long. Like a 45-minute drive isn't like super short, but 2 45-minute drives a day were not the worst thing in the world when I first started. But now, you know, I've moved and we live like an hour and a half away from our job, more like hour 20-ish something. But that's obviously, it's a lot more to drive, you know, an hour 20 plus minutes each way. That's it, you know, almost 3 hours of driving every day. So yeah, with the 10 hours and then all that driving, it can be taxing. It can be a lot. Emily certainly does not enjoy it because she unfortunately does not get to work from home full time like I do. She has to go in 3 days a week, so the drive is not ideal. It is, you know, lucky for her that I'm able to be here and kind of get stuff done, so she doesn't have too much to take care of when she gets home. You know, I can do dinner for her and us, and make sure the dogs are all good and taken care of. I can get things squared away for her to get home. Okay, 35 to 50. It's like, it's a little bit of a drive, but it's not too awful. It's not too awful. Maybe depending on traffic, could be a little bit worse. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, really anywhere for my job. My job is in the middle of nowhere, so anywhere in the surrounding area is a bit of a drive. I think the closest that you could possibly live to my job is like a 30-minute drive, so like there's really nowhere to live that's like super insanely close. So yeah, it's like 30 minutes, you know, an hour a day is like the closest you can do, which is kind of funny enough. When I started working at my job first out of college, I was living with my parents, and like I said, it was about a 45-minute drive there and back. And after doing that for, I don't know, a year and a half about, decided to move out, and Emily and I were moving in together at the time too, and we decided to move somewhere else, which is like the closest place, the closest town to where I work. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna move there because it's like the best commute that I can get for going into work. Well, immediately when we moved there was during COVID, and they sent us all home to telework. So it was like a smaller town, not nearly as much to do as like where my parents lived. So yeah, kind of moved over there for no reason, because I didn't have to actually drive to work that much at all because of COVID. So could have actually stayed living over near my parents instead and been a more eventful and happening place. But it wasn't too bad. Where we ended up moving to was only like the 40-ish minutes to my parents, so not too bad. Started the Victini hunt to verify the code actually works. Some of them know. Okay, very nice, very nice. Glad to have a companion joining me on Victini, which we will be doing that on Friday, I've decided. I think I'm going to flip-flop the Arceus Dialgopalkia hunt with the Victini hunt. So this past Friday, we did the ADPG, Legendary God hunt. And so this coming Friday, I think we're going to do Victini. And yeah, hopefully the code, which I guess you were able to... Did you get the code out of the description from the live that I did, or did you go find it somewhere else online? I did end up, after the last Victini stream, going in there and adding my code to the description. Yeah, hopefully it works for us. That would be very unfortunate if it does not, because we're just wasting a whole bunch of time hunting for a shiny that does not exist if that code is not working for us. I really would like to get another action replay so I can do 2 copies of the game at one time, make it twice as fast for the Victini, but it's like they're not the world's most expensive thing, getting an action replay, but they are, I mean, they're not cheap either. They're like $100-ish bucks, something like that. They're not insane Pokemon games price. They're, they're not pushing $200, but yeah, they can hurt a little bit. I'm very lucky to have had my action replay for, I don't know how long I've had that thing. Probably over a decade. Definitely over a decade, actually, which is something I was thinking about the other day. Way back in late 2013, early 2014, I first started posting Pokemon related videos on YouTube. Not on this channel, old channels way back that do not exist anymore, but some of the first videos I ever posted on YouTube back in my senior year of high school were shiny Pokemon giveaways. I just made videos just being like, hey, it was like a minute 2 long video that was like, hey, if you want this shiny Pokemon, it was back when Nintendo Wi-Fi worked. I was like, we can trade in black 2, white 2, and I'll give you this shiny. Were they legit shinies? No. I used the action replay to get a bunch of shinies from Platinum and all over and just transfer them up to black 2, white 2, and I was just giving them away through YouTube. It's just kind of dumb, but I don't know, harmless fun. I didn't do that for very long. I think I did those shiny giveaways for like, 2 months during senior year, and then I was like, this is kind of boring actually. I'm gonna try and start making actual videos. Well, let's see, nope, we got a shiny? No, we do not. Pearly, what up, what up? How's it going? And we have the Wild King size special. Yeah, that's about right. That is about right. Forever hoping and praying that this Shiny Tepig The other day, and it might have been yesterday, 2 days ago, someone on Blue Sky posted that they started up a Tepig hunt in black and white, and they got it around 12,000 encounters. So still pretty good bit over odds, but yeah. I remember I follow them. I think their name's like SB Coop or something. I know they stream on Twitch, but I don't use Twitch, so I haven't gone to actually watch their stuff. They started their Tepig hunt like a week ago or something. I remember seeing them say they were starting it, and they already found it. They got it in 12,000 encounters, and I'm sitting here like, am I slow? It's taken me 7 months to get 13K. This person got 12,000 encounters in a week. Like, what am I doing? Like, I can't make this go any faster. What am I doing wrong? You got it from the stream, so I do some reanimation. Yeah, I mean, I think it should work. Yeah, I got it off of a YouTube video that that claimed they got the Victini with that code, so I hope they didn't lie to me. But you still have hacked Shiny Program and even Platinum. Hey, I mean, shinies are shinies. Yeah, you hacked them, so they're not legit, but they're still cool to look at. Still fun. If I mean, I certainly could. That's the thing. Like, I have 4 extra DSs that I could install capture cards and wireless receivers onto. Like, I could expand to 8. Wow, what happened to my voice right there? I could expand to 8 consoles. I don't have 8 games though, is the thing, and those are the real expensive part. Especially, you know, Black 2, White 2. Getting 4 more copies of those. I guess I could get 4 Japanese copies, but still. Yeah, the extra consoles is not the huge issue. It's the games. Getting all the games. Those things are freaking expensive. Even picking up a whole bunch of Japanese games, you know, gets pricey when you buy enough of them. You bought... Yeah, I mean, shinies are just cool. They're just fun. You know, even though all the, you know, so many of the ones we have are from the cute charm glitch, it's still like, I've gone through that platinum game and like looked at the box of the multiple boxes of shinies we have in there. They're still cool, even though it's like, okay, yeah, you know, these weren't, you know, all 1 in 8,192 odd shinies, but they're still incredibly cool. Still great shinies. Really fun to have. And like going through the actual PC in platinum and looking at all those shinies, it gets me excited for really getting like super deep into the Shiny Living Dex. Like, once we get this freaking Tepig and we start progressing through the game, we can get to the Shiny Charm and Masuda Method and all that. Like, really filling out the boxes in this game is going to be super fun just to see it all come together. How do you pronounce that last Chicharon? I don't know if I've ever heard of that. Chicharon? What's that? That is not something I am familiar with. Type of pork dish. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, never heard of that. You learn something new every day. Hear about something new all the time. It's a big, grand world. There's always something new to learn about. All right, that's 13,600 encounters in the books. On the books? Something. If you want to, sure. Yeah, that's... If you don't mind, just throwing in a little description of the dish, that'd be cool. I could look it up too, but I am on a race against the clock, so can't be wasting valuable clock time here. First shiny I ever hunted was Rapidash about 3 years ago. Yeah, it certainly is. It certainly is. Getting those, the 3 shinies we've gotten so far for the starters, those have all been super fun. the high of getting those it's kind of worn off. I've forgotten the feeling because it's been a second since we've gotten a full odd shiny. And by a second, I mean like a month and a half. It hasn't been that terribly long. You know, we got Cyndaquil in like early to mid-ish December or something like that. So like, it hasn't been too bad. I mean, yeah, the shiny god hunt it's kind of taken a while, I guess you could say. You know, we're like halfway to odds. We're at like 4,000 encounters, so it's taken a second. Red Fox is like, always looking for a new recipe. Love me some food. It's a dish generally consisting of fried pork belly or fried pork rinds, made from chicken, mutton, or beef. Gotcha. Well, what else is in there? Is there any seasoning, any, you know, little garnishes on top? But pork belly is some good shit. I have not had enough pork belly in my life over the last few years. In college, me and my friends used to go to Korean barbecue all the time. We were in, you know, Athens at University of Georgia, and Atlanta, Georgia is only like an hour drive away. And they had a little area there that was like filled with Korean barbecue boba shops, and we would always go there because stuff's just so freaking good. And yeah, like pork belly and everything that they have. It's been so long since I've actually done Korean barbecue, I forget all the options other than pork belly. And like boba afterwards, like those were good times. Those were fun. I still get boba very regularly. There's a really good boba place over here near me. It's not super near me. It's like a 35-minute drive, but is near enough that we go there fairly often. Korean barbecue, though, there might be somewhere over here. We just haven't really tried it, which, you know, it's because most Korean barbecue places don't have vegan options, and Emily is vegan, so there's not much reason for us to go to Korean barbecue. You only got, I mean, it's no worries. It's no worries. That's all good. You got enough of pasta. I feel that I'm kind of a one-trick pony when it comes to food. I try and be diverse. You know, I want to like cook and prepare more unique things for myself, but like I'm bad at the organization and like acquisition of ingredients. Like, I don't know, I just don't like going to the grocery store all the time. Like, I'm the kind of person that I just want to go to the grocery store like once a week, once every 2 weeks. Like, I want to go get everything I'll need for a while and then not have to go back. But it's really hard to prepare completely in advance, you know, weeks on end for everything. Like, you can prepare pretty well for like a decent number of dishes, but like, you know, can't prepare for everything. And so I get in this little weird, like, you know, oh, well, I kind of want to do something different, but I just went to the grocery store a few days ago. I don't really want to go back. I have enough here, but it's like, it's just all the same thing. And, you know, it's this weird middle ground of not, yeah, it's just this weird area of being an adult that I'm still trying to figure out. I've only been doing it for 6 years now. Still haven't perfected it. Seasoning are best for black pepper, paprika or smoked paprika, ground cumin, garlic powder, and onion powder. Okay, pretty solid. I don't think I've ever in my life used paprika or cumin in any cooking. I am a fiend with garlic powder and onion powder, though. Those two, you can go a long ways with garlic powder and onion powder. You can do a lot with those two. Those are very handy. It's kind of funny. We have a large number of spices. Well, I'm sure we have cumin in our pantry. Like, we have a large number of spices. We use like 3 of the probably 12 to 15 little jars of spices that we have. Like, we don't use that many of them. Emily just sees them and is like, oh, that's cool. Let's grab it. It's only a few bucks. And then we might use it once, and then they've just been kind of chilling in the pantry for months. And they don't expire, so they're just always hanging out there, waiting to be used again one day. Also, okay, reminder to anyone who's here in chat, hasn't already, make sure to hit the like button. If I can speak. Hit the light button. I said the light button. Turn the lights on or off, depending on what situation you're in. Hit the like button. You know, try and get to the goal of 15 likes today. If we do, we'll extend the stream by another 15 minutes. Keep the train on going, trying to get this shiny pig. Because it's got to happen eventually. Like, it has to happen. There's just no way that we're going to keep being led on by this little pig. Oh man, my back, I swear. I'll be like good, and then just ever so slightly something messes up, and I gotta like just stretch for a little bit, try and relieve it. Ugh. Okay. Maybe I need to go down a tiny little bit. This chair, it's really comfortable. I like it, and it's probably the best chair I've ever owned. But one of the weird things is that whatever position it's in, like if you lower it just a little bit, when you get up, it returns back to maximum height only when you have it all the way down to the ground, or at least close to all the way down to the ground, is when it actually stays in that position when you get up. But like if you're around middle of the height range or up and you get out of the chair, it just returns back to maximum height. It's a little weird, but you know, it's not the biggest deal in the world. Celiac. I don't think I've heard that before. Celiac is, so that's just being allergic to gluten. But yeah, that is definitely incredibly tough. Gluten is very unfortunate to have an allergy to. Sometimes I do wonder if I have a slight gluten allergy, because like I'll eat certain things. It's really if I eat like, you know, foods with high amounts of gluten and like a lot of it, I'll start to feel a little weird. It could also just be like a carb overload and not really a gluten allergy. I don't know. It specifically happens when I eat like pizza that has really thick crust. I don't know if that could just that just could be the fact that pizza is relatively unhealthy, and eating a lot of it could just make you feel bad. So who knows? Who actually knows? But it's the allergy. Yeah, and just can't eat gluten. Oosh, yeah, that's. I think one of my grandmas had a gluten allergy, and towards her, you know, the latter half of her life. And I remember we went to some fried chicken restaurant where she lived, and she was like grilling the employees, trying to figure out what all gluten-free stuff she could get, which at the time as a kid, I thought she was just being a hard-headed old lady, just being kind of a pain. But then, you know, you find out like, oh, she kind of got to do that because like she can't eat the gluten or it'll be pretty bad for her. Oh man. Yeah, lately I have been feeling like my favorite foods are betraying me, and that my stomach is not as adept at handling them as it used to be. I do certainly start to feel it more now than I ever did, where it's like I'll eat a meal that I used to eat all the time and that I used to love, and then now it's like, yeah, it was great in the moment, but I kind of feel like shit now that I've eaten it. Also, dairy is really starting to affect me more. I think I've always had a slight dairy allergy. You know, way back in middle school when I first got an allergy test, and they were like, "Oh, yo, you're allergic to basically everything." Like I still am today. I think dairy was a very slight allergen that I had way back then. I don't remember if they even tested me for dairy this past time. I think this past time I got tested, they just were like trees, grass, some molds and dust, and like pets, cats and dogs specifically. So, but I definitely do feel like I have a little bit of a lactose. Probably most people have a lactose intolerance in a way. But it feels a lot worse now. It's not like insanely bad, you know, it's kind of the typical like, oh, hey, I just had some ice cream and now my stomach feels a little bubbly and, you know, you get a little gassy. So, does anyone really need to know that? Probably not, but you found out anyways. Doesn't stop me from eating ice cream. I love ice cream. Luckily, it's not too bad of a lactose thing. But I have been more conscious and have been getting lactose-free milk whenever I don't drink milk nearly like I used to. Which, okay, so I guess this is a great question for chat. Were y'all ever, or are you still now, a plain just milk drinker? Like, you're the kind of person that can go grab the milk out of the fridge, pour it into a cup, and just straight up drink it. Growing up, I thought that was the most completely normal thing in the world to do. I drank milk all the time. Like, I was a milk fiend growing up. Just all day, every day, drinking glass after glass after glass of milk. It wasn't until I grew up and started seeing people on the internet talk about it. And like, some people don't do that. Or that it's like insanely gross to them to drink milk plain straight up. But like, I don't do it much. I don't do it at all anymore. Like, yeah, I have milk, but I don't ever use it for like the occasional protein shake whenever I remember to actually drink one. But nah, growing up, I was throwing back some glasses of milk. Which, yeah, apparently is a weird thing to some people. I thought that was pretty common. I'm gonna try something here. I'm gonna go back up a little bit to our stream output, because now that I'm not streaming on Twitch anymore, I feel like I can up the bit rate on stream again. So we're gonna do that. Earth after person. Oh, I haven't heard anything about that. Old cheese destroying the lactose. How old? I mean, some cheeses are like supposed to be aged, and it's like a good thing, right? You know, you hear about like, oh, this is aged Gouda or cheddar or something, but then also like, can't cheese get moldy? How does that work? I know inherently like what cheese is mold or something like that. What am I thinking of? Or maybe I'm thinking of something. Is it what, the Swiss cheese? Like the holes are like from. I'm probably sound like an idiot, spewing a bunch of crap, but I don't know. I don't know. Aged cheeses get a stronger taste. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. What is it? Is it blue cheese that's like, isn't it literally mold or something? But like, it's like good, there's like bad mold, and then there's like acceptable mold. I don't know. I do not know. I'm just like, you know, give me some cheese, I guess. I don't look into too much into the science of it, or I'm not remembering it off the top of my head, but Yeah, they got the mushroom growing in the outside of Witch King. Huh. Interesting. Well, that is certainly something. Also, mushrooms are really interesting. You know, obviously, with a lot of things in nature, there's like some of them you can eat, some of them you can't. You know, some of them are good for you, some of them will kill you. But I don't know if anyone else has watched the. Some of you probably have played the game as well. I have not played the game. I've just watched the show. The Last of Us. The Last of Us has me just terrified of fungus now. That sounds like a living hell, where a fungus is able to able to evolve to take over humans like that. Like that sounds absolutely horrific. Glacier blue cheese. I have never heard of that, but if you swear by it, try and give it a shot one day if I can ever find it or remember it. Yeah, I agree. I was a big milk kid, and I guess I always had a lactose allergy, but I did not care because I was chugging some milk. And hey, I didn't even fully ever break a bone. I fractured my ankle once, like, you know, just like a hairline fracture, nothing crazy, no clean break, you know. So I had strong bones, I like to believe, and I like to think milk was a contributing part of that. Yeah, when is the last time I ever had, like, I actually had blue cheese? I couldn't tell you. I don't really eat wings too often. I'm not the biggest wings fan. So, and well, I guess really, like, around here, ranch is more of a popular and common thing to dip wings in. You know, Emily, her family, they're all from Buffalo, and it's like sacrilegious up there to eat wings with ranch. You go to anywhere in Buffalo and try and get ranch with your wings, they look at you like you're insane. It's like, you get blue cheese. That's it. There's ranch. Are you wild? Are you insane? But still, never really. I definitely don't think I've ever done wings with actual ranch or with blue cheese. But yeah, I don't know. Who knows when the last time I tried blue cheese in any capacity. Yeah, I don't know. That's like I was saying earlier. I don't know what constitutes like good mold versus bad mold when it comes to like what's edible or what's not. Josh, what up, what up? Have any luck? Nope. No luck. We are still grinding away, trying to get this pig. Oh, come on. Why is the DS on the top not responding? Come on now. Give me some uniformity here. We gotta check them all at once. Nope, we are still desperately plugging away trying to get this thing to shine. Shiny anti-mission. Oh, very cool. That's a unique hunt. I don't think I've ever thought about doing that before. How many eggs have you hatched so far? I'm really glad they introduced Togekiss. Like, sorry to Togetic, but it was just not cutting it as a final evolution. Oh, excuse me. And then, like, honestly, for the longest time, I don't think I knew Togetic existed. It's like, I knew about Togepi, obviously. You know, I played the games, I got the Togepi egg, I watched the anime. I knew Togepi was a thing, but you know, being a dumb kid and also like friendship evolutions as a kid, that was never happening. My Pokemon fainted all the time. So yeah, I didn't know Togetic existed for the longest time. And then you finally figure out it does and you try and use it and it's like, oh, this thing's bad. But Togekiss is really good and it's really cool. So that was certainly a much needed addition to that line. Also, an incredibly confusing shiny because it's like not really any different. Like the body gets slightly yellower. Like it's still white, but has a little bit of yellow like tint to it, little yellow tinge, but it's really hard to pick out. And then what's exceptionally, exceptionally throws you off is the little triangles it has all over its body, the red and the blue, they just like swap. So if you're not really on your game, like picking out regular versus shiny Togekiss, it's that's a tough one. I think I was watching a video from who is it? Is it Nokimon? I think they do a series. Yeah, I believe it's Nokimon. Does a series where they like change some. They have some friends on and they like change shinies a little bit and like quiz them, see if they can spot the changes. I think they did something with Togekiss once and it was like insanely hard to pick out. I try and pride myself on like being pretty good at those kind of videos and like watching them being like, okay, I got this, I can do it. But no, I think they did a Togekiss round and I was like, shoot, I have no friggin' idea which one's the real one, which one's real, which one's shiny, or if it's a fake shiny or not. Like incredibly hard to pick out. But Shiny Celebi, what up, what up? Welcome back. How's it going? Okay, what is going on here? Why is this one... Now this other DS is not responding. I wish I had a better way to like position them on my desk. It'd be nice if I could just put them in front of me. Probably be a much better, more cohesive response between the devices, but I don't really have the room in front of me and it kind of be awkward running the cables, especially across my desk. So the DSs are kind of just sitting over here. So like, I don't know. I think it messes with the wireless reception occasionally from certain positions. I really need to get on the shiny. Was I already talking? What was I talking about before I got on that tangent? I don't remember. I need to get on top of editing that tier list we did the other day. Need to post that as a video. Our little shiny starter tier. Where was my mouth going right there? My brain knew what it wanted to say, but my mouth was not cooperating. The shiny starter Pokemon tier list. I gotta get that out. I'm so bad about editing videos. I can record them all the live long day. I can write the script. Actually sitting down and doing the editing, it's just, I cannot. I cannot get myself to do it. For some reason, it is probably my least. It's like weird because it is enjoyable, but then it isn't at a certain point. I don't know how to describe it. Especially like I don't have the best editing software. I kind of wish I had a different one, but Adobe Premiere is too expensive and I don't know how to get it in other methods, and I'm not really looking to do so. So I have Camtasia for editing, and it's fine for shorter videos, you know, really small files that you're not doing a whole lot to, but you start editing like long videos and doing they get a lot of things on the timeline. It's a really rough software to use. It lags a lot. Kind of hard to tell if your edits are cohesive and look good because it's like so laggy. And it should not be my computer. Like the entire reason I bought this computer was to be better at editing and like running things, you know. It should be a plentifully good computer, but still the program, it doesn't lag as bad as it did on my laptop. It was really bad on my laptop. I couldn't do a video over like, once I got to like 12 minutes on a video, it was just so slow. Magical news, man. What up, what up? But yeah, we are still here. Tepig is still eluding us. We did take about a month break after the new year, but we are back. Trying to get this pig to shine. But yeah, new computer, you know, my better, more beefy computer. I can get to about 30-ish minutes now. Maybe like 25 to 30 minutes of a well-edited video. And then it kind of starts slowing down and getting a little laggy. And it's just kind of like, why are we doing this? I feel like my computer should be plenty powerful enough. And I'm not doing world bending like editing or anything. It's pretty generic. So like, I don't know what's the hold up. Been doing Alpha Sapphire badge quests. We got Mudkip after 3,800. Very nice. Congrats. Building your team since. Just got a random slack off while doing the Shiny Dex now. Okay, very cool. So is the slack off just gonna go in the box while you keep looking for Shroomish, or are you gonna throw it on the team now that you got one? I have not done that roamer hunt, and I don't know if I ever will. I'm thinking I'm not gonna hunt them in those games that way. Might as well put them on. Yeah, might as well, you know. You get blessed with a random shiny, might as well throw it a bone and be like, hey, you cool in my book. We can hang out. Plus, I mean, like, in a playthrough, slacking is not that bad. Like, you can make slacking work pretty well in a playthrough. Got Swampert, Lombre, Magneton, and Lairon. Okay, very cool. Nice. But no, for the Heart Gold, Soul Silver roamers, Raikou and Entei, I'm thinking I'm going to hunt those in Pokemon Coliseum. Do something a little different, something a little exciting and fun, because I have a GameCube. I still have my childhood GameCube somehow. I don't know how I managed to hold on to that thing. Don't have my childhood copy of Coliseum, unfortunately, so I do have to pick up one of those, but I thought it'd be fun. I was like, this could be a good time trying to, you know, a more unique shiny hunt. That is another 100 encounters down, and we are still lacking a pig. Zubat and Magikarp along the way, but they're in the box. Okay. Shiny, I like Shiny Crobat a lot. Zubat and Golbat, they're fine. They're not the world's worst green shinies. I don't love them. They're not super fantastically great. Kind of surprising that they gave Crobat a different shiny. I know that Crobat is a different color normally than Zubat and Golbat, so like it makes sense to have a different shiny color as well, but sometimes you just figure they would keep, like, you know, some cohesion there, but I'm kind of glad they didn't, because I really like Crobat shiny. I think it looks really good. And then, of course, Magikarp and Gyarados. That is a fantastic shiny line right there. Kind of random shiny Golbat and Soul Silver. Very nice. You get a lot more random shinies than I ever have. Goodness. I think in my lifetime I've gotten 3 or 4 random shinies while just playing a game. MLB, what up, what up? We back. We are certainly back. Like, as far as I can remember, the random shinies I've gotten in my life were a Geodude and Ruby way back when I was a kid. Could there have been more from my childhood? I just don't remember. Certainly, but the Geodude is the only one I can think of. And then while I was in college, I was playing, now it was a randomized version of Crystal. You know, I was playing through a randomizer on for Nuzlocke Let's Play I was doing at the time. I ran into a shiny Magnemite while grinding, and I didn't have any Pokeballs on me, so that was unfortunate. And then, which, you know, some people might say because I was using speed up to run back and forth really fast to grind, maybe the shiny will, it was still a full odd shiny, but I was, on an emulator, speeding up, so you can call it how it is, how you feel about it. But the most recent just random shiny that I found just out and about in the wild, running around, was probably over 2 years ago. I was doing a hardcore Nuzlocke. I was streaming it on TikTok at the time. I was not streaming on YouTube back then. Well, actually, I think for that one I was actually streaming on YouTube, but it's a different channel. Was it? Yeah, I think it was a different channel. I got a shiny Starly in Pokemon Platinum, like right at the beginning of the game. Luckily, I had Pokeballs. I did not get it before, attaining Pokeballs. That would be tragic. It was right after I think it was my third attempt at the run. I was doing only Ghost, Psychic, and Dark types for Halloween. And yeah, literally right after getting Pokeballs, just probably 5 minutes, I ran into a shiny Starly. And me and chat decided that would be an honorary Ghost type or Psychic, whatever, one of those three. Honorary Psychic Dark Ghost for that run, which didn't last very long. I think that run also ended at who's the Valley Windworks? Is that Jupiter or Mars? Can't remember. One of those two. But Roost, and then you've been summoned by the Conquest music. Can always count on Roost to show up when Conquest is on the playlist. And then Jameson, what's up? What's up? How's it going? Okay, Tepig. Let's see you shine. Come on, let's do it. Oh, shoot. When did I drop some frames? It wasn't that many, only 58. I think we good. You're hunting for the same thing. Very nice. Well, may luck bless you, because we have not been blessed over here ourselves. So hopefully you can have some luck and grab the shiny pig. Only one shiny and some impossible fail. That's the best. You gotta love a guaranteed shiny. You gotta love when you can always catch it. Oh, you found it. When did you find it? Like right now or just earlier? Oh, well, geez. Congrats on that. That's how many encounters did it take you, if you were keeping track? Roost, you hate black shinies? That's like blasphemy. Aren't black shinies universally like the best shinies that everyone loves? That's crazy. Everyone has, everyone's got, their own preferences. Nothing wrong with that. I don't know. I mean, I don't certainly think they should spam black shinies just to take advantage of the hype, but I mean, I do tend to fall for it myself because they often pair the black shinies with red, my favorite color scheme, so can't be helped in my case. But it took you 15,000. Oh man. Well, I mean, at least you got it eventually. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't get that far. I'm really wanting to get it below 15K if I can. Oh, well, thank you. That would be so nice. I appreciate that. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, how many are there really? Like, what? There's Charizard, Rayquaza, Greninja. I'm trying to think, what are all the like high tier black shinies that people really like? Is there any more? There's Furfrou. You don't like shiny Furfrou? I mean, come on. Who doesn't just love Furfrou to begin with? Everyone's favorite Pokemon that totally hasn't been left out of games for like the longest time. My favorite shiny starter. So MLB, MLB, were you not here for our shiny starter tier list the other day? Maybe you dropped by and weren't able to stick around for it, but my favorite shiny starter is actually Embor. I love shiny Embor. That's the entire reason why we're hunting for it here. Yeah, Haxorus, Eggy, what Eggy? Execute? What Eggy has a black shiny? Oh, that's right. Palossand does have a black shiny. Okay, that one I'm like, you gotta appreciate shiny Palossand, because like black sand beaches, having been to a volcanic black sand beach myself, they're so cool. Like they're so awesome. It's just, it doesn't feel like normal when you're used to just seeing the brownish sand, and then you go to a black sand beach and it's just like, it's a wild sensation to look at and be like, this shit is jet black, and it's just crazy. Have you ever seen those polls on YouTube about trying to decide the best shiny legendaries? Always making. Yo, I forgot Koraidon was a black shiny as well. I did forget about that. And Primal Groudon, yeah. Which regular Groudon shiny, not the greatest in the world. It's kind of piss yellow, to be completely honest. But regular Groudon, I kind of like that they made Primal black. I ain't gonna lie. But let's see. Plan to hunt the Roamer, Entei, and Raikou. Yeah, I don't want to hunt Roamers, so I'm gonna try and avoid it at my very best. But you're all good, MLB. You're all good. No worries. I wasn't like, I thought I remembered you being there. I wasn't saying like, oh, why weren't you in the stream? I just, for some reason in my head, I was like, I thought I saw them pop up, but maybe not. I might have been misremembering. Your emotional colors are cool, but oh, Aegislash. Okay. Gotcha. I do love me some shiny Aegislash. That is actually my favorite shiny Pokemon. That's why shiny Aegislash is in my profile picture, channel icon. That is true. Gengar was kind of a black shiny back in the day. Ooh, 23,000 encounters for Ghastly. That is rough. That's rough right there. More of a gold would probably be the best, especially that is true. Gold shinies, very nice. Yellow ones, not so good. Especially because like I'm not kidding. Shiny Groudon is piss yellow. It's not like dandelion yellow. It's not Dragonite yellow. Like it is ugly, like yellow that looks like pee. Like it is not my favorite shiny in the world. For a legendary that I really like, I wish it was a better shiny. Because Kyogre got a great shiny. The purple, pink. Is it purple or pink? A little bit of both, maybe. I like that. It's cool. Shiny Rayquaza, I like shiny Rayquaza. I like the black and red. And then there's Groudon. Unfortunate little Groudon. Orange is a solid one. I'm normally not the biggest fan of the color orange for like myself personally, but orange shiny Pokemon, I definitely can appreciate some orange. And like, I do love red and black shinies just because, red and black being my favorite color scheme for my favorite football team. But if I threw that aside, my favorite color for shinies is like a baby blue or like a powder blue. Kind of really close to like the lights I have behind me in my bookshelf. I really like shiny Giratina. Love it because of the kind of like powdery baby blue that has in it. Mew, shiny Mew, Psyduck, great shinies. I wish Dragonite had that color shiny, like Mew and Psyduck. So nice. Shiny Spiritomb, wonderful shiny. Love shiny Spiritomb. Do I know the restaurant Portalo's? No, haven't heard of that one. Ooh, Shiny Toxicroak is really nice too. Forgot about that one. Oh, no visitors. No baby poppies. Are you going to bed? Okay. All right. 1 second, everyone. All right, sorry. Where were we? Also, I just realized I completely forgot I had this timer going, and yeah, so I meant to pause it. So I'm trying to decide what I want to do here. The timer was just burning away. How long was I gone for? Was it close to 5 minutes? I might pause it for 5 minutes because like I should not have kept that going. I mean to pause it whenever I'm not at the desk. So what do I want to do here? Also, what was everyone? Yeah, Ryan pointed out I did not pause the timer. 10. I was gone for. There's no way I was gone for 10 minutes. There's no way. But I think we'll leave it. I think I'll go a solid like 5 minutes. So I'm looking at my recording, my stream time, and all that. Once we get to an hour 15 on my time, I think I'll pick it back up. You were gone and I was at 59. Okay, so it was about 6 minutes. So yeah, that'll line up for my stream time. If I start it back up at an hour 15, that should get us back on track and where we're supposed to be. Because yeah, I didn't even think about the timer going. Kind of forgot that was a thing we had going on. Anyways. What was going on? What was everyone chatting about? So he doesn't reset to 2 hours. Oh no. I guess I should kind of make up for the lost time in some way, shouldn't I? Because yeah, that was a complete lapse on my part. It's only the second stream that I've been doing with the timers, so I kind of forgot it was there. Let's see, how about this? So I'll start it back up in an hour. Like I said, hour 15 minutes into the stream. We'll get it back going, and then shoot, why not? We'll go ahead and add on an extra 15 minutes. You know, no like goal has been hit yet. Anyone that hasn't hit the like button, like goal has not been met. But I'll go ahead and add on 15 minutes. Why not? I'll make up for it. And then if we hit the like goal, it'll be another 15. So there we go. That'll be my contribution, my retribution for forgetting to pause the timer. Will White 2 and Black 2 Japanese work on? Yes, they will. Yeah, the Generation 5 games and the Nintendo DS and DS Lite. Can't speak for DSi. I don't know about DSi, but I do know, yeah. English Japanese games, they work on English and Japanese DS and DS Lite consoles. Yeah, Pokemon music was, I mean, it's always been peak, but certainly I do enjoy 8-bit. I think 8-bit remixes and like 8-bit just themes in general are really fun. But I think generations 3 through 5, so including, you know, generation 4, just peak music in their own, you know, in their own way. I mean, even the games, even generation 6 and onward, which I don't tend to give too much credit, they always have great music. Like Pokemon is consistently just loaded with bangers. Yeah, Josh, yeah, you're all good. They will work perfectly fine. Zekrom has a black shiny. Honestly, isn't shiny Zekrom less black than regular Zekrom? It's like regular Zekrom is jet black. Shiny Zekrom is kind of like a grayish, right? Stretch out the neck here. Yeah, I like Hugh. I enjoy Hugh. I think he is an underrated and overhated rival. I think a lot of people give Hugh shit. I don't know why. I enjoy Hugh. I like his character design. His motives for the story, you know, they are elementary, I guess you could call it, but also it's like, you know, he's a good big brother. He loves his family. Can't deny that. I mean, that's what kind of who can hate on someone that just loves their family? Also, he loves his family enough to take on a freaking terrorist organization. Like, would you take on ISIS if they stole your sister's dog? Probably not. So, can you really hate on Hugh? Like, he's basically John Wick, but like, you know, he doesn't do any of the killing. Yeah, I don't know that Meta Knight theme. Not aware. If it's in Smash Bros, I might have heard it before, but I do not recognize it by name. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. That there are purloin in abundance right outside of Aspertia City. You could always get another one. But also, like, it wasn't just any purloin, right? Like, didn't his grandpa give it to his sister? Or was it his grandpa that gave him the egg that he hatches his... Which I always thought that was hilarious, that, like, he says he hatched his starter from an egg, but, like, you obviously pick your starter and he just happens to have the one that's good against you. I think that's funny because, like, obviously it makes sense when you and your rival pick starters together that they're going to choose, you know, a different one than you. They would most likely choose the one that's better than yours because, like, why wouldn't they? But no, he's just like, by happenstance, just pure luck, hatched a Pokemon, a starter Pokemon that was better than yours. Okay, dude, okay. Oh, goodness me. I'm still getting this, like, where I'm getting all the allergy shots and stuff because the doctor was like, oh, maybe, you know, you're making your allergies better will help out with the, like, sinus pressure you have and all that. But I guess it hasn't been the longest time in the world I've been doing them, but I have not noticed any relief up here. I gotta, like, massage my sinuses sometimes and try and open up my nose, kind of relieve this eye pain that I get, this little eye headache or whatever. Yeah, I mean, having only played Meta Knight through Smash, I kind of assumed it was the same thing. It was just like a Kirby-like character was inside of Meta Knight's outfit. Like, you know, basically a Kirby was wearing a, you know, a mask and had wings and had a sword. That's kind of always how I interpreted Meta Knight. I forget who. I think I was playing Smash Bros with Emily and her little brother. It might have been Emily or was it her little brother? I can't remember. We were just playing. We were doing like random characters, and one of them got Meta Knight, and they were just spamming the move where he like starts spinning and like, I can't remember if that's just an ultimate or if that was a move he had in Brawl as well. But where he starts spinning and then you can like direct his angle where he goes or whatever. They were just spamming that move over and over again, and none of us are very good at Smash. I like to think I'm better than them at Smash, but you know, I'm not. I am not good at Smash in any way. I'm passable at best, and that's purely because I know about spamming C-stick, and like no one else I ever play Smash Bros with knows about spamming just this, you know, using the C-stick, just to build up power moves and get KOs. Like that's purely all I can do with Smash Bros. Anyways, yeah, but none of us we just kept getting caught up, and whoever was doing the little spinny twirl and angled, I just it was just one of those things that we could not work around. And then Emily just loves to play Kirby and spam the little you know, go up into the air and then turn into a block and just fall down to the ground. I think it's like down B or something. Emily loves that move. Which, you know, I can respect it. I get it. Whenever I play Yoshi, I love down being with Yoshi. You know, jumping up and go, whoop, nah. I do enjoy that. I think that's fun. But okay, it looks like it's actually been more than enough time. So we will get the timer back going. Why is there so much Kirby? Could not tell you. I don't know the first thing about Kirby. I've been sick of seeing Bianca's face for about 4 months now. I started getting sick of seeing Bianca's face back in November. Yeah, Kirby's little sword slash going up and down. Yeah, hey! That one is, there's certain little moves like that that are fun. Shoot, in college, we would play Brawl together on the Wii. And one of my friends, he loved playing Ness, and oh my god, just constant PK fire, PK fire, PK fire. Just did not, like, he would just sit there and just PK fire over. It was infuriating but hilarious at the same time. Project M. I got Project M set up and played it like a couple of times way back in the day, so I do not have terribly much experience with it, but I did play it a little bit. Tiny little bit. The moves for poses. What, the taunts or whatever that you can do to get your character to like do their little taunts. Oh, actual moves. Okay. And then was landing a Falcon Punch, especially if you manage to land a Falcon Punch and knock someone out, that might be one of the top feelings in Smash Bros. Like just casually playing with your friend and somehow landing, you know, just fully charging up a Falcon Punch and then just smacking them, sending them fly. Like that is a satisfying finisher. Like that is just fun. Man, this is actually insane. Like, how in the world is Tepig not shining? This is ridiculous. This is absurd. What is taking so damn long? Where was I? What's the worst female rival in Pokemon? I mean, there aren't that many female rivals, really. I guess what? I mean, there's the original female rival was May from Ruby and Sapphire. Although in hindsight or in like, I don't know, retrospection, I don't know what word you want to use. May and Brendan, like, they're not even really rivals. Like, they are, but like as just the opposing player character, because that's the only game where like your rival is actually just the other player character. I guess X and Y does it with Callum and Serena too. But like, yeah, the rival system in the Gen 3 games is just weird because it's like they're the main rival, but then Wally's the final rival. So it's just kind of like, anyways, I like May because of the anime. You know, May in the anime with her Blaziken, pretty cool. As for the games, I mean, like I said, May and Brendan are basically the same person as rivals, so I think they're fine. And then the next female rival was Bianca. As a rival, she's not a whole lot of much. She does kind of add to the tedium of all the constant battles you have to go through. I'll say, for as much as I do enjoy Black and White, there is a whole lot of just constantly doing something, having to battle a rival, doing another thing, having to battle another rival. Oh, you just battled, well, Bianca, now I gotta battle Charon again. Like, no, now I gotta battle N once more. It does add, it kind of does get a little tedious, not gonna lie. And not having Bianca could kind of help with that because she doesn't have a bad story arc. I think she's got a solid story arc of like figuring out what works for her, realizing she's not a battler and she should go into research. Like, I don't mind the story arc, but considering you have essentially two other rivals, because N's basically a rival too. She's the easy rival. So she's kind of feels like the dead weight that would be a little just kind of annoying more so than anything. And then she's not really a rival in this game, so you can't really counter, but and then Serena's kind of in the same boat as May, where, I mean, Callum and Serena, they're just the same character. One's a boy, one's a girl. They're your rivals. Like, being the just counterpart player character, it's kind of hard to like separate them and be like, oh, they're, you know, better, different. Like, there's whatever. I don't think Callum and Serena are very much in Gen 6 as rivals, so it's like, okay, they're fine. And then what? I guess Shauna's a rival, kind of. Shauna's also really annoying and only kind of relevant to the beginning of the game. I think you might battle her once towards the end, but Shauna's fine, I guess. I mean, the best rival is probably Nimona, from what I've heard and from what I've seen. You know, she seems cool, so, you know, probably the best female rival that they've done. And like I said, I'll say the downside of May and Serena is the fact that they are basically, I mean, May and Brendan, Callum, Serena, they're the same character, just one's a boy, one's a girl. There's really no difference. They're just the counterpart player character. And then Bianca is, her role is meant to be the like straggler that's not very good at battling. So when you have to battle her a whole bunch, it's like, it's kind of a drag. No worries, MLB, no worries. Hope you have a good night, and thank you. Always thank you for stopping by. That is fair, yeah. Especially, it's not all of them. Like, I think blue and silver have personality. Wally does have a personality. He's just not fleshed out enough because he's barely in the game. Like, you don't battle him other than once. The first time you battle him, he has one Pokemon. It's a weak Ralts. It doesn't do anything. And then you battle him at the very end with like a decent team. So like, Wally has a personality and like a character arc, which is cool, but he's just not in the story enough to like care about completely. And then I think Barry is overloaded with personality. Like, I think Barry's pretty cool. And then Charon's probably towards the lower end of my rivals list, to be honest. He is a little bit annoying. I don't really like his character arc. Because like it's the character arc of like, oh, being powerful is everything, you know, being a strong battler, that's all there is, that's all we care about. And then you figure out that's not everything. But I feel like that character arc works better for like power hungry people and not like a book smart know-it-all kind of person. Like, it works for Silver because like Silver is an aggressive, like mean person. Like, you can understand why he thinks power is everything with Pokemon. Charon's too much of a nerd in a way. Like, he's a Pokemon nerd, so it doesn't really like fit him to be like power driven, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, Charon does feel pretentious, like just in the beginning, which I think they kind of do that. He's meant to be more the uppity, like, you know, book smart, oh, I know everything about Pokemon, like, but he's not like mean. He can be a little mean to Bianca at some points in the like beginning of the game, but Charon's definitely not towards the top of my rivals list. He has personality. I'll give him that. Like, I think he has a personality. I just don't know if I like it. I don't think we're ever getting a furry rival. I don't think they would ever do anything like that. That is pushing the bucket way more than Pokemon would ever ever risk. I don't know if that's a phrase. Pushing the bucket? I don't know if that's a phrase at all, but I just made it up on the spot there. Really, I feel like a lot of the rivals have character. I feel like the only ones that don't really have character are the ones that are like May Brendan and Callum Serena, because like they can't really have character because they're two different people that have to fill the same role. Whereas other rivals are like one person filling that one role. So yeah, Charon was a little bit of a know-it-all. Because what, at the beginning of the game, like Juniper gives you a Pokedex and he's like, I know what that is, why are you explaining it to me? He kind of acts like that. He's like, I know what a Pokedex is, you don't gotta tell me. It's like, all right, bro, chill out, we don't know. But I mean, I guess depending on what you consider a furry, what there was the maniac dudes, you remember those? They like wore like reptile legs. You remember those characters from back in the day, like 3rd gen or something? I can't remember what games they were in. They had like a tail and they were wearing like bottoms that looked like dragon legs. Like, were they maniacs or something? Or I can't remember what. And they might have had. Did they have something on their head too? They were kind of dressed up like a Pokemon in a way. I don't know if you can incorporate in what's the word I'm looking for? Interpret is the word I'm looking. Interpret that as being a furry? I don't know. let's see, where do we start? 500. So we are getting close to 300 encounters on the day, and yet still no shiny. But yeah, his whole Charon's arc of like power being everything, like wanting to be the champion at all cost. I don't know, like I said, it didn't fit his personality. To me personally, like he was book smart, he was detail oriented, but like it didn't seem like he was on a power trip. I don't know. Because what, his whole thing with Alder, like, especially because you meet Alder kind of around after beating Elisa, right? You go to the one route and Alder's there and you like do a double battle. And he like talks to Alder and he's like, you know, becoming the champion's everything, powers everything, or like being strong, something like that. And it's just like, you feel like the kind of guy that would be like, knowledge is everything, not power. Like being a strong trainer. You seem like the guy that would want to be a knowledgeable trainer, but like his whole thing was like, I just want to be a champion. I want to be strong. It's like, it's not really you, dog. Like that's Blue. That sounds like Blue for sure. You know, Silver. Yeah, he's got his motives. He's pretty ruthless. He wants to be powerful. Like that's what he thinks being a Pokemon trainer is. Like, I don't really know if it fits with the nerdy guy that likes knowing things. Which I guess it works out. You know, he learns from the events of Black and White, because Black 2, White 2, he is a gym leader, so he's still battle oriented, but he's a gym leader at a school. So he's like a gym leader that also is an educator. So he kind of did a mix of both. But I guess Pokemon professors are more their research and not education. So, but you can still be a professor and be an educator. I don't know. Oh man. That's Lady Drawbear. That's like the whole basis of like rumors from back in the day. Playground rumors around Pokemon were so fun back in the day. It's a shame that that's not really a thing anymore, because when a game releases, you instantly can go look up anything and everything you want to know. There's no real possibility for like rumors to spread about things. In Generation 1, because it doesn't make sense. You're like, wait, how does Oak have Charmander, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur, but like you can't find it anywhere else? Like, where'd Oak get them? The rumors back in the day were like, oh, you get those starters from the grass around Pallet Town that you can't get to. Like, you know, just little dumb rumors that kids would come up with, be like, you know, Mew under the truck, and you know, all this, that, the other. You know, like I said, the starters are in the grass around Pallet Town, but you can't get to it. You got to figure it out, and you know, there's all this big mystery you got to solve, and this, that, the other. What other ones were there? Shoot, what were other playground rumors about Pokemon other than the Mew truck and what was it? There was one. Was it Pallet Town? Was it something with the Safari Zone, or man, I cannot remember. There's definitely other rumors from Generation 1 that I'm blanking on them completely. That's from an anime episode. Interesting. Not hear that. Well, certainly they have the breeders have worked because starters are now abundant in new Pokemon games. You can catch starters in the wild, so it has certainly worked. The efforts to make starters more widely accessible, I think it's been a positive initiative for the Pokemon world. I really like that in Fire Red Leaf Green, they intentionally left a little nod to the Mew rumor from the original games by putting a lava cookie over there where the truck is. I think that's pretty cool. They were like, yeah, we know everyone thought Mew was here, so it's not here, but we did add an item that's kind of special and rare. So, you know, a little nod. There are definitely other rumors from back in the day that I just cannot recall to save my life. I'm pretty certain there were rumors about battling Professor Oak. I don't know. The battle was supposed to be a thing, but it never actually made it into the games. I'm sure there were rumors like, oh, if you do this, if you beat the Elite Four 100 times, you can battle Oak or something like that. Which I think they should have kept a Professor Oak battle in the games. I think it would have been really sweet. I'm not entirely sure why they didn't go through with it. Especially considering the kind of background they give Oak through Agatha in the Elite Four. Like the line, the dialogue that Agatha, I was about to say the dialogue that the dialogue that Agatha has in the Elite Four, like she expands on the fact that Oak was a really good trainer in his day. Like they make sure to point it out to you, like, hey, yo, Oak was no slouch. Like that dude could battle, and yet, they didn't give you a little secret like Oak battle to take part in. You complete the Pokedex, you catch Mewtwo, and Oak's like, you know what, kid, you got spunk. You really got this down pat. Let's see if this old man can keep up with you. You gotta battle him? Like, that would be sick. Kind of in a way, like, you get to battle Kukui in Sun and Moon. Obviously, that's a little different. Kukui is kind of like the champion in a way. It's like the champion battle, whatever. Wouldn't be the exact same as that, but like the fact that Kukui is the first, which there's nothing wrong with Kukui. I kind of like him, but he got to be the first fully fleshed out professor battle when it could have been Oak. That would have been, it would have been nice. I know you battle Sycamore officially. Sycamore is like the first professor you ever battle, but like he doesn't have a full team. He just has, little starters or whatever. Yeah, I know the Oak battle is like a thing in the code. Like I know you can do it, but I think they should have actually left it as a thing to do and not just a glitch you can activate or, a cheat that you can trigger. Like, I think it should have been a real battle, like, that they kept in the game. But, unfortunately, if I remember correctly, he only had 5 Pokemon. He had the final starter that you don't choose, so the one that gets left behind at the lab he uses. And then he has a Tauros, I know that. He has a Tauros. Maybe Executor if he didn't choose. I probably could just look it up and see, but yeah. For some reason, he doesn't have a full team of 6 in that little battle, which is weird because the battle he does have pretty high levels in. So you would think they would just give him, if they were planning on putting the battle there, they would have given him a team of 6, but I don't think he had a Dragonite. He had some strong Pokemon, but I don't think he had Dragonite on his team. Would have been a crazy 6th edition, but I think they wanted to leave Dragonite exclusive for Lance. Just thought about this. Something I was thinking about maybe a few weeks back. You know, in this game, Pokemon Black 2, White 2, we got the Pokemon World Tournament. I think it's the best battle facility they've done in the series. Obviously, yeah, it could be biased because you're just battling a bunch of gym leaders and champions and all that. But we're about to get to Generation 10. I would love nothing more than them to bring back the PWT in Generation 10. It can be a DLC. I don't care. It doesn't have to be a part of the main game. You know, Black 2, White 2, you can kind of think of them as a DLC to Black and White. They're not a part of the initial release. The PWT doesn't have to be initial release in Generation 10. It can be like the Blueberry Academy from, you know, that's a DLC for the game. Bring back the Pokemon World Tournament. Obviously, all the gym leaders that have ever existed, all the champions, but expand it even further. Give us like all the rivals, professors. That would be sick. Don't see that happening, but would be sick. Evil team leaders, like, you know, give us everything. Just the Pokemon World Tournament redone with literally every prominent trainer that's existed throughout Pokemon series, the Pokemon's history. I think that would be super cool. Shoot, past player characters. I know they kind of have an aversion to canonizing a team for the player characters. Red's a different story. That one, you know, is more, you know, that one makes more sense, but I think just because what they give the player characters like canonized Pokemon that they partner with in Masters EX, so like why not do it for the PWT? Just give them a team of Pokemon. You just give them all. You give every single one of them all 3 starters. You can do like Red. They all have all 3 starters, and then just 3 other prominent Pokemon from their region. And for the love of God, bring Chris back. Like, it's wild to me that Chris was the first female protagonist in Crystal, and then they just like abandoned her and forgot her. Like, a lot of people probably don't give a shit. You're like, who cares? It's just character. What does it matter? I just don't understand why when they made Heart Gold Soul Silver, they just completely abandoned Chris and made Lyra instead. I no hate to Lyra, but like, why did you need a new female protagonist when you already had one from Generation 2? Like, Chris just was completely like, I don't think she's ever been on a Pokemon card. Like, I think she is in Masters EX. I have heard that. So like, you know, they've kept her around in that capacity, but you know, I'm biased. Crystal was my first game. I always play as Chris, the female character, when I play through Crystal, specifically because of the color aesthetic that they give certain things depending on your player character. It's like if you choose Gold, Ethan, whatever you want to call him, you're like the little town points on the map are like a brownish red. Your Lapras when you surf is like a brownish red, but when you choose Chris in Crystal, it's blue. And I just like that a lot more. I think it just makes more sense to surf on a blue Lapras than a red one. And I'm not the only one that has this opinion, this feeling. I know that for a fact because I think the name's Lewtwo, Lewtwo. I think they post on YouTube. I'm not sure. I've only ever seen them on social media. I remember, a while back, they posted on Twitter some kind of thread about Chris being forgotten as a main character, and I was like, yes, finally someone shares my opinion on Chris being wrongfully done, being ripped away from the series. I am, yeah, purple Lapras, and it was shiny. Not too far off. Decent way to spend. Oh, that's how much they're charging for Shiny Lapras in Pokemon. Anyone else feel like Lapras could like pretty easily pass as a dragon? Like if you made Lapras Dragon Ice or Dragon Water, I think it would work. I mean, it learns Dragon Dance, which is interesting in itself, but I feel like Lapras is one of those Pokemon that like really could work as a dragon. Ooh, good pop right there. Now we got to keep the optimism up. We got to keep the faith. We will get the Tepig. It's got to happen eventually. I cannot lose hope. If I do, this over half a year of my life will have been for nothing. I need a shine. All right, Tepig, prove them wrong. Let's go. Shiny. Damn. One day that'll work. Like a Mega Lapras that was a Dragon Ice. Well, I would say Dragon Water actually, just because I think it's better typing. But I don't see Lapras getting a Mega, especially since they gave it a special Gigantamax form. It's not quite on Charizard's level. They can't give it that much love. It actually reminds me, I just thought about talking about Gigantamax and then Charizard and all that. I forget what I was on. Someone was complaining about Charizard getting too much love with their all their forms and stuff. And someone responded and said, why does everyone complain about Charizard this, Charizard that? It has too many forms. Meowth has more forms than Charizard. Meowth has gotten more love. I didn't do the math to see if they were correct, but thinking about it, Meowth has gotten a lot of love compared to, a lot of, most other Pokemon. It got, Alolan forms for it in Persian. It then got a Galarian form and then got a new evolution in Berserker. It has a Gigantamax form. Just regular Meowth has a Gigantamax form, which is really interesting. What else have they done anything else with Meowth? I guess that's it. Whereas Charizard has 2 Megas and a Gigantamax. So I guess, if you look at all the, the Alolan, the Galarian, and then the G-Max, Meowth has gotten a decent amount of love over the years in terms of forms and additions and this, that, the other. Yeah. Gigantamax Meowth is something else. It's pretty funny. The super long belly. I still remember this one Pokemon card box that had a jumbo card of Meowth VMAX. Pretty sure it had, the reason why I remember it is because it had 2 packs of Cosmic Eclipse in it. And Cosmic Eclipse is like one of my favorite sets ever, so whenever I would see those in stores, you know, years ago when they were still making them, I'd always snag at least one because I loved opening Cosmic. Oh, and that's 13,900. All right, well, so we got, you know, about 19 more minutes, and then I said I would add another 15 on for accidentally not stopping the timer earlier, so we got a little over 30 minutes left to stream. I think I should be able to get us to 14,000 by then. If we're not at 14,000 by the time, you know, the timer goes up, I'll probably just keep chugging along until we get to 14K and see what happens. Was Meowth a trophy? I'm trying to remember. Because Goldeen was a trophy in Smash. What other Pokemon were trophies at some point? Vulpix was a trophy, right? They give Meowth a trophy. I think Magikarp did have one. Okay, what are we doing up there? Was that one not going? But I think it's because Jigglypuff was so big in the anime. Meowth was too with Team Rocket, but maybe they didn't want to overload with Pokemon characters on the roster because they already had, what? Pikachu. Jigglypuff in Smash Bros. On the 64? Or is it just Kirby that was the round floaty boy in Smash 64? I feel like it was just Kirby. I feel like they added Jigglypuff in Melee. Jigglypuff is in 64. Oh, wow. Why did I not remember that? Yeah, that is pretty interesting, because what? They would be the only two then that were in 64. It was just Pikachu and Jigglypuff? Because Mewtwo wasn't in 64, Pichu wasn't in there. Was it just Pikachu and Jigglypuff in 64? That's kind of wild. That is interesting. Oh, excuse me, goodness. I'm kind of surprised they never put, I mean, Jigglypuff did have the bit in the anime where it would sing and put everyone to sleep and then draw on their face, so like, you know, it had that going for it from the anime. I'm kind of surprised Poliwhirl didn't end up in Smash. Because back in the day, when Pokemon first came out, they were really into Poliwhirl. Like, Poliwhirl was very prominent. You know, it was on a Burger King toy. They did a little Poliwhirl card. And then it was, what? Red starter in the Pokemon manga? Like, Poliwhirl was, what was that right there? Poliwhirl was kind of popular, and it's it's not a fighting type yet, but, right? Poliwhirl is just a water type. It doesn't become a fighting type until it's Poliwrath. It still has the little gloves on. I think Poliwhirl would have worked. That one is a little surprising whenever that never came to be. Obviously now it wouldn't, because kids now, people nowadays wouldn't really know or care and remember about Poliwhirl being a more central figure of the Pokemon world from back in the day. I would love to see a timeline where they actually went with Clefairy as Ash's Pokemon instead of Pikachu. You know, how does Pokemon pan out if Pikachu's not the mascot and they go with Clefairy instead? Yeah, I don't know. I do not know. It would also make sense because, am I going to sound completely dumb for pointing this out? Has everyone else ever realized this? Meowth is a cat, Pikachu is a rat, or a mouse. Team Rocket is always trying to get Pikachu. It is a game of cat and mouse. Did everyone else realize this before me and I just sound like an idiot putting this together for the first time? But like, is literally a cat trying to catch a mouse. It's a game of cat and mouse. Tom and Jerry. Like, everyone else realized that before me and I'm slow, or like, did I just have a breakthrough? Which in that context, putting Meowth in Smash would make sense, because then you literally have the cat and mouse, you know, going at it. But I almost feel like it's because Meowth was a villain, you know, was an evil character. Maybe that's why they didn't put Meowth in there. Maybe they just didn't think people would like it. Maybe they couldn't come up with a good kit for it. Which actually, there's certainly a Meowth trophy now that I think about it, because what? You like throw out the Meowth trophy and it points a direction, it like shoots a bunch of coins in a little cone or something. And that can knock you around. That is fair though, that is fair, yeah. They're not very good criminals when it comes to abducting Pikachu. They did not ever do a good job. Which I guess what, I never really thought about Jesse and James. Are they still, they're not in the anime anymore, are they? Like, they're not in Horizons? That's what it's called, right? The new Pokemon anime, is it Horizons? I would imagine they're not in there anymore. I feel like they would be gone too. I didn't really think about that until now. Decidueye should be a fighter. Decidueye was in Pokken, right? So they've put Decidueye, you know, it's not Smash Bros, but they've tried Decidueye as a fighter before in other games. I never really got the hang of Pokken. I played it a little bit. I tried getting used to it, but it just, I found the fighting style too weird. It was like tough for me to do. Austin, what up, what up? How's it going? Yeah, I don't know how popular Horizons is right now. I mean, I've seen clips of it online. It looks like it's well animated. Like, I saw a clip of Ceruledge and Armarouge like fighting in an episode or something. I mean, it looks really cool. It looks good, you know. But I don't know if anyone like cares about the new anime really. Like, does anyone enjoy it? I don't feel like I've ever seen anyone online talking about like really being into the new Pokemon anime and like really enjoying the new characters. I do think that's a cool, or like a fun dynamic though. Like, the talking Pokemon is the smart one of the group. It's just kind of funny. And it's not like a Pokemon that's traditionally like supposed to be smart, like Slowking or, you know, Metagross, Alakazam. Like it's Meowth. There's a mouth there. But I mean, I haven't watched any of the Pokemon anime since 2007, like Diamond and Pearl era. You know, everything from Black and White all the way through the very end. Didn't watch one episode, so I can't really judge the new anime too much because like I didn't watch most of the old ones, so like how can I really hate on the new one? I was just saying I haven't heard anyone talk about it really. But even though I hadn't watched the Pokemon anime in like close to 15 years, hearing that they were, you know, Ash was retiring and they were moving on, it was very sad. Like it was just one of those, you know, oh, my childhood is done. My childhood's odor. My childhood is over. Ash Ketchum is no longer a part of Pokemon. Like, it was very sad. Shane, what up, what up? How's it going? Okay, you have watched Horizons. Okay, well, yeah, I was just asking if anyone had watched it and has an opinion on it. Because I have not seen anyone really talk about it. I don't know if I'd say that. Which, I mean, what? That new Terminator movie was just bad in general. I didn't see it. I just heard it was not very good. I think the issue with movies like that really is that they just need to let franchises die. Like, they need to stop trying to milk these franchises for their money because they're just like, you ran out of story. You're just really in it for, you know, churning a profit. Like, that's really the issue. It has nothing to do with like male, female leads. It's purely, you gotta let these franchises die. Stop trying to bring them back. Just leave it be. Let us all be fond of the originals and be like, ah, what a good movie series. Glad no one ever tried to bring it back and ruin it. Singing suffers from what Journey suffer from. Keeps switching locations. Oh, it's not in Paldea yet? Interesting, I didn't realize that. So it's just been in random spots? Like, is it in other regions or it's just like, just random places? I didn't realize it is now, but it kept switching. Oh, interesting. I was not aware of any of that. Well, I didn't know Horizons did that either. I thought... Yeah, shows what I know about the Pokemon anime and where it's sat. I didn't realize they weren't in Galar the whole time. Oh, wow, you've seen every episode. Wow. That is something I would like to be able to say and do, but man, it's like watching One Piece. It's just never going to happen. Pokemon, One Piece, I'm never going to be able to watch it all. It's just not ever going to be a thing. I know everyone, you know, specifically One Piece, I know everyone freaking loves it, but there's too many episodes. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. COVID did free up a lot of time. I probably could have, if I'd been more diligent, I probably could have done it too. Watch some of that stuff, but oh well. Oh, nice, nice. We were actually, I think in the last stream on Monday, we were talking about the banned episode with the Safari Zone and the banned episode with Porygon. I've never seen those. I've never fully seen those banned episodes. I've seen like clips of them here or there, but I've never watched them in their entirety. The best episode of Black and White is Japan. I didn't realize that. Why is it locked to only Japan? Or within that, COVID lets you watch all of One Piece in about 4 months. I mean, that does sound glorious. Just chilling, sitting around watching a whole bunch of anime. Especially because I know everyone says One Piece is peak, but it's like I kind of have the time to watch it, but it's also like I don't. I don't know. I just like, I would have to spend all my free time watching One Piece if I ever wanted to even remotely catch up. And like, I don't want to spend my entire free time watching One Piece. Like, there's other things I want to do, like stream, work on other content like videos, set up things for stream, you know, do stuff with my family. So yeah, just not gonna happen. I guess I probably should watch the One Piece live action. I haven't done it yet. I haven't sat down and watched it on Netflix, but at this point, I don't ever really watch anything in the moment live action as it's coming out, or on like streaming services, I should say. I guess I am watching Severance right now as it's coming out, but yeah, I'm just generally bad about keeping up with stuff and actually watching it. Lego One Piece. Missing your PlayStation. You couldn't take it with you? I did not like. What do you mean Lego One Piece? Like they're making a Lego series with One Piece, or well, I guess a One Piece series made out of Lego? That's, or like, okay, I don't know, why was I thinking about a show? Do you mean like Lego toys, you know, building sets to make, like to buy? I don't know why my brain instantly went to like, I guess I was thinking about the Lego movie, like Lego Batman, all that. That is fair. That's fair. Oh, excuse me. Bionicles were the shit. Bionicles were... I loved Bionicles growing up. Those things were awesome. I never realized it. I watched the documentary. I think this is probably on Netflix. Bionicles saved Legos. Like, I didn't realize that. I didn't know that Legos were, like, struggling and, like almost went out of business or, like, had to stop. Like, I never knew that. I thought Legos were always thriving. But... they had to come up with something, and they came up with Bionicles, and also never realized growing up, or I didn't think about it growing up, that Bionicles were like from Lego. I don't know why. It just didn't occur to me. Maybe it did, and I just don't remember it, but yeah, watching that and finding out that Bionicles saved Lego is crazy. Especially when you consider the fact that Legos are huge now, and people just freaking love collecting Legos. Oh, certainly. Like, if you were, elementary, middle school back then, like, you definitely had Bionicles. Maybe not every single one of them, you know. Even in elementary school, there were still some of those kids who were just too athletic, too jock to like any of that kind of stuff. But most every kid had a Bionicle or two. But let's see. We have not met the light goal yet, so no pressure, no guilt on anyone. We did not meet the light goal, but I did say I would add 15 minutes to the timer because I forgot to pause the timer earlier, and so it was just running while I was away. So I'll add another 15 minutes just as a sorry for messing up there. Is it also a little copium and trying to oh nope, not 2, just 15. We're just going another 15 minutes for now. Is it copium trying to see if we can force Tepig to shine? Just one with a few more resets. Yeah, a little bit, but away we go. Stream is not done yet. We got 15 more minutes. Oh, you thought you got a shiny Dynamo. That's an easy little slip up to make because they have pretty similar shinies. That would be a tough one. You really got to actually pay attention for the sparkles to see if you got that shiny. But yeah, we get the Lake Guardians track going on right now. Very fun, very fun. Yeah, that'll do it to you. Oh yeah, we are going all the way to 14K at the very least. If we end up going a little bit longer, a little bit farther, that's fine. But yeah, I'm at least going to 14K today. See if we can get something to happen before then. Not too many more encounters to go, but almost there. No, I've actually never done the getting the Johto starter in Emerald. At least I don't think so. Because what you have to complete the Pokedex, like the Hoenn Pokedex, to get that starter, right? I don't think I ever did that. Or I might have come close. I think well, no. Okay, so it wouldn't have been in Emerald. I almost completed the Pokedex in Ruby, or I got really close. I think all I had left to get was my Milotic. But this was way back in the day, like before I was really allowed to get on the internet and didn't have the guidebooks. So I don't remember how I got freaking Feebas, but I did end up eventually getting Feebas, but I couldn't figure out how to evolve it into a freaking Milotic. So I think that was the only thing I was missing. But that would have been in Ruby, so I wouldn't, unless I traded everything, which, yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do that because evolutions and stuff, but I guess I could have bred get the filler Pokemon in there. Anyways, no, I did not ever get the Johto starter out of Emerald. Which, it's wild to think that if you didn't play Colosseum, the only way to get the Johto starters in Generations 3 or 4, before Heart Gold, Soul Silver, obviously, was to get one of them through Emerald. And again, I think you had to complete the Hoenn Dex to get it. I could be wrong. Maybe it was something else, but that's pretty wild. That without Colosseum, you were just like never able to get Johto starter. For how many years was that when Ruby and Sapphire came out? 2002? 2002, 2003? I think it was 2003. And then Heart Gold, Soul Silver came out in 2009? 8? It was 9. So there was like a solid 6 years where you just couldn't get the Johto starters if you didn't have Colosseum. Right, you could, and you just had to really go out of your way to get one from Emerald 3 times. And shoot, you also had to have Emerald, because if you only had Ruby or Sapphire, then you didn't have it there. So not an ideal situation. Not at all. I really wanted Jirachi in Generation 3. I remember, I think I could be making this up. This could be one of those, you know, figments of your imagination kind of thing. But I think I was in like a Dollar General or something with my mom, and she saw a magazine and like showed it to me, and it was like had something to do with Deoxys and like being able to get Deoxys or something. I don't remember the exact details. I just remember finding out about it and being like, oh my god, I want to do that. And it was like out of the way or just not possible. And it was like, well, sorry, not gonna happen. I did have Jirachi though. That was pretty nice. I actually did have Jirachi growing up. Was able to got Coliseum in the bonus disc. Why did I say disc like that? Bonus disc. So I did have a Jirachi. I had a couple Jirachis across my games, so that was cool. I remember my next door neighbor, he was maybe a grade or two below me, didn't have it, and I hardly ever talked to him or like hung out with him. I don't know why we were actually like hanging out together, you know, playing, because we were like 9, 8 years old. But yeah, I got a Jirachi from my bonus disc and traded it over to him. And in return, he gave me or he let me borrow. He didn't give it to me, but he let me borrow his Game Shark that he had. Remember having fun with that back in the good old, or was it either Game Shark or Action Replay for the GBA games? I don't remember which one exactly. But I had fun with that thing. Yeah, Coliseum is a grind. I haven't played it in a long time. And I never fully beat it. You know, my entire youth where I had Coliseum, I don't think I ever got close to beating it. Definitely something. If I actually do the Entei and Raikou shiny hunts in Coliseum, I mean, it'll be something I do tangentially, you know, playing through those games and then eventually beating them, trying to get those shinies. Okay, I'm on now. Oh, Bianca, please, oh please, just give me a freaking shiny Tepig. Oh my lord, this is getting ridiculous. About to hit 14,000 encounters. Oh my god. I would have never in a million years thought this hunt was going to go this long. Like, I was really thought we would get it under odds. I thought maybe we get close, like 7,000. I really did not think we'd go over odds and then end up freaking 6K over and still no shiny yet. Just crazy. I don't think they're near impossible. I know they take a lot longer because you actually got to go through like the battling process of them, but I think if you do the well, for one of them, I think Entei, you don't get a Master Ball. I was looking into it slightly. I think you have to encounter Entei first before you ever get a Master Ball, but like you'll get a Master Ball by the time you can encounter Raikou. But with Coliseum, there's the whole glitch where if you just like go to use a Pokeball and then when your first Pokemon's turn, you go to use a Pokeball. On the second turn, you then switch that Pokeball with another one in the item slot, and then it like allows you to infinitely use whatever Pokeball you chose. I think you can do that with the Master Ball as well, so you have infinite Master Balls. And I think if you defeat the guy that has Entei initially, in the post game you can go back and get Shadow Entei. So also 14,000 freaking encounters. That one, that's just terrifically dandy and awesome. Love it. I think you should be able to just defeat the guy with the Entei, move on, get the Master Ball. When you get to the Raikou guy, you then... And now, I don't know how easily it is to do the battle and get to the Raikou actually coming out on the field, but you get it out, you do the whole Master Ball glitch thing to keep your Master Ball forever. Then you catch it, you check your party. I think... Can you see if it's shiny in your party, or do you... I can't remember if you actually have to send it out in the battle or not. I know the resets for shinies in Coliseum are, you know, tedious and long, but it's also tedious and annoying to shiny hunt for roamers, so, you know. At least Coliseum's like a unique hunt, kind of different. I do think it's a 1 in 8,192 chance to get a shiny. They're supposed to be shiny locked. The Coliseum Shadow Pokemon are supposed to be shiny locked. But I think if I remember correctly, what they didn't think about was they're shiny locked for the opposing trainer. So like when the Cypher, Grunt, or whatever, whoever it is, sends it out, it's never shiny when they send it out because it's shiny locked to them. But when you catch it, you obviously don't have like the same number, IDs and everything. So I think when you catch it, it's then just a traditional shiny roll of 1 in 8,192. Haven't heard anything about purifying them, removing the shiny though. Well, let's see. Let's go check this out over here. All right, so looking at YouTube Studio, looking at the studio, we are 2 likes away from 15. We're at 13. I know the other day someone said that it was like 1 higher than what I saw, but on my end it says 13. If we manage to get 2 more likes in the next minute or 2.5 minutes, not a minute and a half, I'll keep going for another 15. We'll keep the hunt alive for another 15 minutes. If not, well, I'm gonna call it a night and go to bed. But yeah, that the whole shiny hunting Coliseum, I haven't fully committed to the idea yet, but it is something I think I want to do. I think it'd be fun. Do I have any clue how like capturing my GameCube on my computer, like gameplay footage, do I have any idea how that works? Like, is there a capture card that I can use to somehow capture what's going on and then connect it? How do I connect it to my computer monitors? Because like they don't got all those old, red, yellow, white. What are those connections called? Is it AV? I don't think those are AV connections. Shadow, what up, what up? How's it going? So yeah, I don't know how all that would work with the GameCube and doing the hunt and recording and everything. Might have to go back to the traditional webcam setup pointing out the screen, but I'll figure that out when I get there. All right, so we are below a minute left. We're going to have 1 more chance right here to grab us a shiny. We're going to end up at 1420 encounters. Soft resetting, Bulbasaur and Leaf Green, or an encounter per one, not too much. Very nice, very cool. Best of luck to you with those shinies. All right, if we can get through this, Bianca is a bit of a talker. And time will probably run out right before. Bruce, what up, what up? Sorry about the shroomish. Hopefully you can make it happen soon. Okay, yeah, we're gonna run out of time right here. That is a-okay. We will check out these last 4 little Tepigs of the stream of the evening. Oh, no worries, Shadow. No worries at all. But as I would expect to see, the last 4 of the stream are not shiny. Because why would they be? Freaking Tepig hates me. Oh boy, oh boy. I just cannot believe this hunt is still going. Just craziness, but yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it for the night. But yeah, we had a blast as always. You know, super appreciative of everyone who comes on out, hangs out here while we do this damn thing, try and get this pig. But tomorrow night, definitely. I know I said yesterday I would be streaming. I was dead tired yesterday, just could not bring myself to stream. But tomorrow night, we will be back. We'll be looking for Tepig, and I mean, 3rd time's the charm. You know, 3rd time in a week. We got to make it happen. One of these days, it will shine. It just has to. So, I'll see y'all tomorrow, and hope everyone has a good night, good day. This outro is not going quite as I expected, but yeah, whatever. All right, see y'all.